Well, I want to do at least one more pour on this before starting to work on the details. Look how this is completely dried. All kinds of new things happened in here with the burnt sienna. Remember I told you it pushes other things aside? And when you mix it with ultramarine blue, it does even more fun stuff, which is what happened right in there. I can lift some of that if I don't like it, but right now I'm just worrying about pouring. If I start lifting now, I'm removing sizing and then I can't lift later. So I'll wait till I finish pouring and then lift where I want. And if I can't lift enough, I can use bleed proof white. I'm going to wet my corners. And I'm spritzing because I don't want the color to run everywhere. Let's start with indigo. I really like indigo, and that usually will add a nice bit of darkness. I'm going to move that around a little more. I'm losing too much. Okay. The reason that I spritzed is, see how it, instead of just flowing down evenly like it would if I wet it with a brush, it looks like leaf shapes, bunches of leaves. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. I wanted a top darker layer that looked like it was a bunch of leaves. It didn't quite do it over here. It didn't get enough color in there, I don't think. Let's see how that does. That's pretty cool. Might be coming down a little too far on part of that, but I think I'm okay with what it's doing. You know, you never know how it's going to turn out. Sometimes it's just crud. But it's practice for the next one. So we'll see how this turns out. If it doesn't turn out okay, I'm going to say it's all right. Let's start another one. And I've learned from whatever happened with this one. But right now I'm kind of tickled with what's happening. Doesn't that look like shadows in the leaves up there? It's exactly what I wanted. I think if I take a little lemon yellow, I can add some lighter spots that maybe don't darken quite as much. Remember I told you it pushes color away? So if I want some little highlights in there, you can save those with a little lemon yellow. There's some highlights right here that where the didn't flow into it. Okay, I'm going to do something down here. I think that dried on me. I need some more darkness down below so that the eye is drawn into this light spot in the middle. And I'm going to start indigo and maybe a little ultramarine mixed in. And maybe a little, I'll wait for the indigo to set just a little bit and then put a little burnt sienna in it. Because I do like the way those mix, those colors mix. I waited till the top was kind of set a little bit, just while we were talking and I want some more color up here. Wetting that is going to allow it to flow into that area. That got pretty wet. Okay, let's add. That's a little Prussian blue right there, which is a slightly different tone. Don't know if I'll like it or not, but we're going to do it. And a little Payne's Gray to darken this corners down here. That didn't get wet. Trying to figure out if I can add my burnt sienna just yet. And then I'm going to put salt on it again to make rocks, and that will be today's project because I'll have to let that sit overnight. That's pretty wet. Gosh, I like what that's doing. Okay. Let's see what happens if we put a little bit of our burnt sienna in here at this point. If I make it fairly pigmented, it shouldn't... I shouldn't be disappointed with the results as long as it's fairly pigmented. Okay. A little more Payne's Gray right in here. Right here where the rocks are going to sit. Okay. And rock salt. Back to the rock salt. Now there is color underneath, so it's not going to lift as much as if I had done this properly the first time by putting it on before it set. But we will get something from it. So a little something is better than nothing. It's just ice cream salt, by the way. That's all it is. I do have some big chunks of Himalayan pink that I picked up and I thought would be fun to try, and I might stick one of those on there. Okay, check that out. That's a big old hunk of stone. We'll see what that does. Maybe right in there. maybe this big boy. He doesn't have a flat back, so I don't know how much that'll do. This one's flatter. That might work better. Okay. We'll let this sit till tomorrow and see what happens.